Hey there, welcome to this bagpipe instruction video. So this is a how-to video. It's for bagpipers of any level, but mostly probably for beginners. And this is just really a quick way to ascertain if your bag's leaking. The main thing that happens with pipes is, either your drones are leaking or it's the bag. It's really kind of simple as that, or it's the valve in here. So I always tend to try and eliminate the variables. So basically the first thing I'll do, if you're feeling you don't take a full go at it, you can just check the drones and see if that's okay. But I can almost tell straight away just from blowing his head if it's airtight or not, because I've been playing for a while. But what you want to do is basically get all the drones out, use corks. You can buy these sort of rubber corks anywhere. You can use wine corks if you want to. They might be a bit hard to get out sometimes. Cork up the 3 drones. Cork up the chanter stock and then leave the blow piece in. The first step is basically with this, now that we're down to the bag level, is we're checking for the obvious things. The most obvious things, especially with these types of bags, it happens is the seam tends to go, so it starts to leak through the seam. The other thing that happens is around here where it goes into the bag, the seal sometimes goes. I've seen where it half goes, so there's an example where there's a pipe you're using set and they were going great and then not so great while she was playing basically. And we've discovered that the bass drone's going against the shoulder here, so when she's blowing it's moving ever so slightly, so there was a little bit of a gap there, and as it moved it just opened that hole, so it kind of like it had this like intermittent problem that we struggled to figure out, but figured out eventually. And then the other thing that happens, the valves, depending what type of valve you're using for the blow piece, that can go. It can go around the actual seal. It goes around the drone. That can crack, or it can't be tight enough maybe, and there's air coming through. Very easy to check. It's a little bit like checking a bicycle tube, if I can use that analogy. So what I've done here is basically just got a sink full of water. Like a kitchen sink is probably better because it's nice and broad. You could probably use a bath as well. You don't need to put in super hot water. I don't think the temperature of the water makes any difference to it. And ideally you don't want to submerge the bag for long periods of times, because it will absorb the moisture. So if you're going to do it, you need to do it really quickly, discover where the problem is, and then dry the bag off. Maybe put it in a place where it can dry out a little bit before you work further with it. So what we'll do is I'm going to see if I can position the camera on what I'm doing here. So let's see how we do that. Yeah, that's a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Okay, so I will switch the camera and you'll be able to see down onto the sink. Let's see if that works. Okay, this is rather precarious. That phone's balanced by a thread, but anyways, it should be waterproof, the phone, we hope. But here goes. So I'm going to blow it up and check the seam now. So what I'll do is blow up the bag and then put the seam in the water. You should be able to see if there's bubbles on it. This one is terrible, as you can see. Yep, okay, so you should have been able to see the air is just bubbling out of there like crazy. So that particular bag is clearly totally gone in the seam. It does happen with those types of bag. The glue, I think, has a certain lifespan and eventually goes. I think also if you leave it in the sun now and again, it tends to go brittle. So it's a bit sad, but that's the end of that bag. Once the seam's gone, there's really not much you can do about it. It's time to replace the bag. Thanks for watching.